What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Burchalations podcast, episode five. Yes, I am your host, Parker Birch, and this is Justin Birch. You're also your host. I call him co-host, but
what the fuck?
All right. Anyways, today is a very special episode. This is the first time that we are bringing females on to our podcast. Okay. If you've been living under a rock, we've been speaking on some pretty controversial topics, and especially things that have to do with modern relationships and things like that. So we thought we'd get the female's perspective on certain things, and ultimately by the end of this podcast, hopefully we can find some middle ground towards this, and also realize that we have more similarities than differences, and we agree on a lot more than we disagree with.
Yeah.
Would y'all say so?
Yeah.
They're a little quiet, guys.
Yeah, they're a little bit nervous.
Don't worry. It's all right.
We'll
But
warm up.
yeah. But anyways, to kind of like break the ice here, I want to go over who y'all two are. So I want you to go over like where you're from, what you do, your hobbies and things like that, and then we'll just take it from there. So who wants to go first?
Bree does.
Okay.
All right, Bree.
I'm Bree. I'm a pre-law student and also a paralegal. Got 2 dogs, a husky and a pit bull, who take up most of my time. And Annabelle's my best
pets?
friend.
You have pets?
I have 2.
Okay. Keep going.
And Annabelle's my best friend and who I spend most of my time with. So, yeah, that's me.
That's good. I'm glad you have a friend.
me too.
Anyways, Annabelle, what about you? What's going on with you?
Okay, I'm currently a preschool teacher. I was a personal trainer for a little bit, so I have all that kind of stuff.
We can tell.
Yeah, but you be in the gym.
Be in the gym.
Yeah, I'm a gym rat, I guess. What do I do? I work out a lot.
What do you like to do? Like, what are your hobbies besides working out and teaching kids?
I like to read.
You like to read?
Yeah, I do. It's kind of weird, but
Well, I mean, everybody reads. So.
No, it's not weird. It's not weird.
I like to drink.
There it is. There it is.
only on Saturdays, mostly.
Okay.
Occasionally
Okay.
Fridays.
Sometimes Sundays.
Sometimes Sundays, depending on how we're feeling.
Shit.
I'm not an alcoholic, though.
You were so close.
And I like to go shopping.
Okay, that's normal.
Yeah.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah.
All
Pretty
right.
normal.
So, with that being said, I'm gonna ask a few questions because I want to get the kind of feel of what your stances are on certain topics, stuff like that. That would give me an idea on how to go with this podcast episode. So, I'm gonna start with Bree, and then we'll answer it back and forth. All right.
All right, I got you.
So, would you consider yourself a feminist? Yes or no?
No.
What about you?
Yes, but also I'm not like super hardcore about it, but I would consider myself one.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question to back that
Yeah.
up. What do you think of? Okay, what is your? Okay, what do you think feminism is about nowadays?
Why she rubbing her knees?
Do you think it's still by? Do you think it's still by equality?
I don't know. Some of them be preaching about stuff I don't understand. Because I do think that men and women are both equally important in the world. Like, I don't think women are more important than men. I don't think men are more important than women. But, because obviously, we do have rights now. Like, we're not in the 1900s again.
I was gonna say,
For sure.
But, I do believe in the gender pay gap. I do believe that in some career. Yes.
Okay. You said something about the gender pay gap.
Yeah.
All right. Who is the most famous female country artist, or the most famous female singer that either of you two could think of?
Like Rihanna or Beyonce.
Okay. All right. Do you think it would be fair for Rihanna to get paid as the opening act who nobody knows?
The opening act that nobody knows.
Yes. Do you think it would be fair for those two to get paid the same?
Do you think it'd be fair for the opening act that no one knows about to be paid the same as
Rihanna.
No.
Okay, why?
Well, Rihanna's been singing for how long, and she has done the work. She's, obviously has this huge amount of following. Everyone knows who she is.
All right, all right. That's what we. Okay, so would you say that that she would be getting paid more off of performance and the fact that she's the main attraction?
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's called star power. All right. So how is that any more different than the gender pay gap?
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I don't know.
Do you think? Okay, so do you think the women NBA should get paid as the same as the NBA?
That's a hard one because
do you watch the WNBA?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of basketball, so I'm not going to say I know all about that. And I see, obviously we have the NFL, but we don't have a women's football team.
Actually, there is a couple of leagues for women's football.
Well, when I think of the NFL, I think of men.
Yeah.
That's what, I think, well, that's another topic.
There's actually some female coaches.
Yes, but I don't know. I feel like mostly when you think of sports, or professional, you're thinking of men playing. That's just kind of how it is. But I don't know. It's really different. Men playing basketball and women playing basketball. Obviously, men have a way more following for that than women do.
Do you think it's because of performance?
Or do you think it's a little more exciting to watch than it would be to watch women's sports?
I would say that, but I don't know. It's just
in the NBA, they also generate more revenue than the WNBA, so of course that's why they get paid more. The WNBA, they're the only business that doesn't make a single dollar. They haven't made a single dollar since its existence. It was made the mid to late 90s, and they haven't generated a single dollar. The only reason why it's still in business is because of the NBA. So, but so those women in the WNBA, they're really making money because of the men in the NBA. All right, are they taking some of the revenue that they're making and putting it toward their salary? So,
if anyone's losing money, it's the men out here.
Exactly. And look, and look, the ladies who want the WNBA to get paid as much as the NBA, they only have to do one thing, and it will happen. Go to the games.
Right.
But nobody want to do that.
Exactly.
You know why? Because nobody cares. That is crazy, man.
It's
crazy.
I can't name that many women that I know who personally go to WNBA games before an NBA game.
I've been to more high school girls games than WNBA games.
Yeah. I don't know. Wait. I might have been to more girls games in high school than I did guys. Not even gonna lie.
Well, you may have to be right.
Yeah, I think I went to more girls games.
Cause back in Lebanon, all we were watching was, the girls basketball team was popping.
Yeah, they were.
The volleyball team back then was going crazy.
Yep.
The bowling team was always winning, but it was fine. But back on the feminist stuff, right? Would you say that it's a lot different now than back then?
Yes.
Okay, so I say, me personally, I would say that there was a time where feminism was needed in society because back in the day, y'all couldn't go to work, you couldn't vote, you couldn't do all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to get in a relationship with a man, but then you get divorced, what are you gonna do? You can't work. It's basically a dead end.
That's why I tell women that actually, I would say that a woman should not rely on a man for money in any situation, whether you're married. One of my coworkers, her husband divorced her. All of her money was his, and then she gets left. And then what did she have? Nothing. So
And back then, if that was to happen, there was no other option except stay with the man, right?
Yeah.
So now that women are able to do these things, go to work, and all that stuff, we thought that would solve the problem, but now it's on a whole nother level now.
Yeah.
To the point where to me, feminism now is about female dominance and male submission.
Yeah, it's more like Yeah, it's more like special treatment for women more than equality nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, I believe in equality. I think everything should be equal.
Well, that's good. That's good for you.
That
sounds good on paper.
Yeah, that sounds good on paper. See, that's what we call an exception. But sadly, the exception doesn't make the rule.
Yeah.
And to me personally, I think equality is impossible in society because you're either going to be get special treatment or you're going to be, I guess, discriminated against.
Yeah.
In a sense. You get more or you get less of it. Because if there was true equality, like we were talking about sports, there would be no NBA. It would just be one league with men and women, and that will like try out for the teams, and whoever made it best, regardless of gender. That's true equality right there.
Yeah, that's true equality.
True equality is everybody going to one bathroom, but we don't do that, do we?
No.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, that'd be.
If anything, I've seen girls go in the men's bathroom because the girls' lines were too long.
Yep.
We just did that the other day.
You see, look, like it. You can't make this up, people. I can't.
Well, the bouncer let me. So.
Yeah,
but if we were to do it,
sounds like some privilege right there.
But here's the thing: if we were to do it, do you know what's going to happen?
We probably
I'm going to jail.
Yeah,
I wouldn't let you go.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
See, but how many women would actually do that though?
How
Then
many?
they're going to start cussing at you.
Yeah.
Exactly. How many women would actually let us do that?
You would let me go in there, but then another woman that probably wouldn't want me to go in there is going to walk in after you told me to go in there, and then she's going to be angry, and then I'm going to go to jail again.
Exactly. While most guys, I don't think they would really care if you went inside our bathroom. All right.
Yeah, we don't.
That sounds like a pretty privileged position to be in.
Sounds pretty good to me, but
And look, what you said about equality here, I'm about to say something that's kind of controversial, but let me explain it first.
You gonna do your sound effect?
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. I don't think that men and women we can ever be equal just off the fact that we don't even have equal responsibilities in this world. All right, because heck, I'll just use the most basic one. We can't carry babies.
Yeah.
All right, look. Now look, if me and him, if it was possible for us to carry a baby, maybe just maybe we could, maybe we could be equal. But because of that fact, because of that fact, we can't be equal because we don't have equal responsibilities.
So there's no wrong answer to this next question. Since she answered first, I'll let you answer. What do you think is? What is one thing do you wish men understood better about women?
Oh hell!
Sorry, I have to think about this.
All right, Bree, what you got?
Oh, shit.
What is
Bring it
one
up,
thing? Yeah, what is one thing you wish men understood better about y'all women out here?
I think women are more. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. Men are logically driven, and women are not. We are emotionally driven, and I think sometimes, like, being able to understand that is important. If you don't understand that, then you're not going to get anywhere. But at the same time, everything can't always run on emotion. So, like, I can see, like, both parts of it. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. Yeah. A lot of men don't. They won't even try to, like,
and I like
understand.
And I like to add on to that. I think women, they think better when it comes to like making like emotional decisions than men, because an emotional man, he's way more dangerous than an emotional woman. All right, the emotional man, we're more physically dominant than a woman, while they're more socially dominant. So it's like,
you take the most emotional group out here when it comes to men. Hood niggas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hood niggas are the most emotional men out here. They out here killing people left and right because someone hugged their girl or someone stepped on their sneakers or some shit.
Exactly. Men who kill, men who are in jail, men who grape women. I can't say the R word, but men who grape women. Yeah, those men, they think off emotions. They don't think off logic. Because if they thought off logic, exactly, they think off emotion. All right, if they thought logically, they wouldn't be making those decisions. They would think about the pros and cons of making that decision. While women, they don't really do as much of that stupid shit as we do, because men, we dominate prison systems compared to women.
Suicide.
Yeah, exactly. We dominate suicide. We're more likely they're more likely to attempt suicide. Men are just more likely to be successful.
Yeah. So, did you come up with anything?
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of literally when she said that. That's what I was thinking of. But
So, y'all think that basically what you're trying to say is that men and women need to understand that men are more logical than women, and women can be more emotional.
I think that
Yeah.
we just run differently.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Now, so how do you guys feel about whenever a woman tries to be masculine? My bad.
When she tries to be a man.
Yeah, when she tries to be masculine.
What's your
Are we
thoughts
talking
on that?
about like LG?
No.
No. You talk about that, we gonna get canceled.
No.
Just more so of a woman being more masculine.
I say do what you want. Like, I mean, it doesn't affect me. So
If that works for you in your relationship, that's fine. But
Yeah.
that will never be me.
Yeah.
I prefer,
Usually they
How
don't
many
last.
times? Yeah, you have to say. Yeah, how many times do you think that it will last to being with a masculine woman?
It depends. It truly depends on each couple, because if you have a more feminine man,
Okay,
then
question.
somebody's going to take somebody has to take the more masculine role. And if the man doesn't step up and do that, and a woman has to,
But would the man even? But would the man even have interest from the women in the first place if he was feminine?
I like feminine men.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
Okay, I'm not talking like
All right, yeah,
the
all
way feminine.
Yeah, I was to say.
Alright.
Yeah, I was to say. If I wore a dress on Saturdays, would you
Okay.
still want to be with me then?
Let me just explain this a little bit better, okay?
Okay.
What you got?
So I'm gonna go and I'm not saying that hygiene is feminine or masculine. Obviously, we all have our.
I think that's
own-
necessary.
Okay. Well, I've talked to different men, and I've when you think of, I don't want to go that route. No.
Oh, please go there. Yeah.
Some men, like, they'll have like a 5-step skincare routine, and like they don't use 3-in-1 body wash. I'm not saying all men do that, but some of the men I've seen that have had, just 3-in-1, and
Are you with those men now?
No.
Exactly.
No.
All right.
But
I mean, for me, like, I have a whole skincare regimen in my bathroom.
right.
So
I'm not saying that's feminine, but like,
I don't think that.
I don't think that's. I think
that doesn't make you feminine.
I think
That's
y'all
bad.
like. I think y'all like a good smelling man, right?
yes.
Y'all like a good looking man.
Yes.
And to look good and all that stuff. Y'all ultimately want a man to walk in the building and other girls want him, but knowing that they can't have him because you have him, right? Kind of like a little flex, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah, it's like women. They don't want their man to cheat, obviously, but they want a man who can cheat.
And what he means by that is
And basically, what I mean by that is
women wanting him, but he doesn't want them. You know what I mean?
basically
Because you have him.
basically a man who could pull a woman of equal or higher value, but he won't. But he won't get with that woman.
yeah.
Pretty much.
I think.
Y'all want a man that other women want. Would y'all say that? Or do y'all want a
I
man
mean, yeah,
that
that's valid, because my boyfriend literally told me the other day that
Y'all
multiple
like-
women
yeah.
want my position, but he chooses to be with me. And I'm like, I mean, the same goes for you too, though. Like, multiple people want your position, and I choose to be with you. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, and it's like men and women, we're hardwired very differently. Women, they tend to look for they tend to want the highest quality of men, while most men typically they want the highest quantity of men. That's why so many men nowadays they don't try to rush into getting in a relationship. They try to just like hold on to that little piece of you that they have because they don't want to lose you. It's like, so do you guys know, like, from the jump, if you guys like never like sleep with a guy, right? You guys know that from the jump, right? Like whenever you meet a guy and whenever you approach her, you're probably thinking, I will never sleep with this man, right?
Do y'all ever
Like the first
let me
conversation that you guys have.
let me kind of explain what he's saying. When y'all meet a guy and you talk to him for the first 5 minutes or something like that, y'all will usually put him in 2 categories. All right, let me know if I'm wrong.
The friend zone or they will either put them in the friend zone or they won't. They don't control the others. Okay, so it's like this. All right, women, they control the friend zone, and we control the sex only zone, basically.
The fuck zone. The fuck zone.
Yeah, basically the fuck zone.
Basically, is we just fucking y'all and y'all get nothing more than that. Whereas y'all will be putting guys in the friend zone where y'all use them as friends, but you'll never
use them as utility.
But you never see them more than that in a relationship, so to speak. Have you ever put guys in the friend zone?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're a friend zone guy?
Mean, guys
you can be honest.
don't want to be my friend. Like, that's
Exactly.
the thing.
Well,
Like,
exactly.
they
And
look
that's
at
good.
me,
And that's good you know that
they
because most
look at
girls.
me and they're like, okay, I want to date her, or I just want to fuck her. Like, not that I don't have guy friends, I do, but typically guys will try to pursue something more than just friends. So I don't have a lot of guy friends because of that reason, because obviously I don't want to just fuck every guy friend I have. Like, I genuinely want a friendship with some guys, but typically it will...
Well, I mean, at least you know. At least you see it for what it is.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm sure with the guy friends that you do have, if you gave them the chance, I'm sure they would take it in a heartbeat.
Well, I'm just also not stupid. Like, I know
That's good.
when
That's
a guy
good.
wants something.
But most girls out here are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, most girls are very, very delusional, and they think that guys they just want genuine friendship. With most of the guys that they're friends with, if they gave them the opportunity, they would fuck in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
What about you, Bree? Huh? So do you have any guys in the friend zone at the moment?
Yeah.
If you were to ask them, do you think they would take the opportunity, whether it be to fuck or to date? Do you think they would take it in a heartbeat?
I would say I have a lot of male friends. I have more male friends than female friends.
Why?
I don't like females.
Okay, well, okay.
You know how we were talking about the emotional thing?
Okay, well, I'll tell you another reason why. Like, you don't even know, but you probably know this deep down. Most female friends, they don't provide as much utility as guy friends. And what I mean by that is, all right, they don't really bring as many resources to the table. They won't really listen to your problems and not really judge you for them. Compared to girls, like they might talk behind your back or use it against you eventually. While as men, we might listen to your problems. We'll actually, have those conversations with you. We'll actually be that opening ear that you listen to. We can lift heavy shit. We can freaking...
I can lift heavy shit.
Okay, well, that's what we call an exception. You're a strong lady.
Okay.
But guess what? But the exception doesn't make the rule. Men, even if we're trying to be friends or even date the woman or have sex with the woman, we will, regardless, always have to bring something to the table to even be valuable to that woman. Because as a man, you're not born with any value, while as a woman is born with some inherent value. Why do you think a woman who's 18 and hot, she could get on the yacht, but a guy who's 18, he ain't shit. He still got to work for that yacht. The only way a guy's gonna get on the yacht is if he buys it or if he knows people. And usually when the guy gets on a yacht and it's not his, he has to become important enough to even be friends with the person who owns that yacht. Basically,
the peak of a man is different than the peak of a woman.
Of a man is way different than a woman because we talked about this earlier. You tend to go for older men, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And would you say that most of the time that you go for older men?
No.
That is not true.
Same age.
You're 22, right?
Yeah.
So what's the max age of a man that you would go for? What's the oldest?
Like 35.
Okay.
All right.
And why is that? All right, here. I'll tell you why. It's because, man, we hear our pride. All right.
Hit the sound effect.
Okay.
You gotta do your thing.
Oh, my gosh.
I love it.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, men, we hear our primes we hear our primes later than women. All right, a man usually hits his prime whenever he's like 35, while a woman, she hits her prime the day she turns 18.
I also think, and this is scientifically proven, men take more time to mature than women in the brain. Like, that's just...
Your mic.
Oh.
On your chest.
Wait, hold on.
You can just, there you go. All right, keep going. It was just right there, man. I was like, wait a minute, the camera, man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, you're good. No, you can keep talking. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Look,
You're talking about scientifically proven.
Yeah, like the chemicals in your brain, women tend to mature faster than men do.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, I mean, at least not that I've dated, but I've talked to kind of all ages. I've, gone to younger or older, but I've found that, and not every man, I don't want to just say this like, I'm not saying this for every person because every man is different. But most people I've found that are younger than me or older, or not younger or like the same age as me, like, I don't know. I typically go for older because most of the time
it's more mature.
Do you think that they tend to have a little bit more going, or they tend to be a little more established?
They're stable. Like, exactly. I know that they're at a good point in their life. I mean, most of them are, but you know, they're reliable people, and that's why I typically tend to go for older men.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another thing,
I got hope, man.
Okay. Okay. So I'm a truly firm believer that men and women are different. Mm-hmm. Most women go for older men, while most men, they try to go for younger women.
Yes.
It's because that's just what we're hardwired to like. Like you can't help that you like older men, while as most men we can't help that we like younger women, because there was a study and it showed that men ages 18 to 60, they prefer women between the ages of 18 to 25 or 24. I forgot which one it was.
24.
Yeah, but it's like we tend to like younger women because they usually come with less baggage, less trauma. They've been through less shit, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. Because man, we don't really want a woman who's been through shit, while some women, they want a man who's been through at least some shit and showing that he can make it through it. Mm-hmm. And like women like battle scars on men, but we don't like battle scars on women, I guess you could say.
And it's not even just that. When it comes to the younger age and stuff like that, you got to start thinking about like you're able to have kids way better than a woman who's in her 30s.
Exactly.
Right.
So fertility,
you will always beat the 30-year-old woman at the age that you're at right now. Mm-hmm. Like, she's not going to be able to compete with you, even if she was bad as hell. Most men, they will still go with the younger you.
But at the age of 30, when you get close to the age of 30,
you have to try a whole lot harder for that same man.
And if you want to have a kid, it's then considered a high risk pregnancy.
Right.
So you're putting yourself at risk and all that. So, yeah.
And they say that the number one reason for female happiness is by children and a family.
Yeah.
It's not about out here just holding around, drinking with dudes.
Getting drunk, line dancing.
Yeah. And back to what I was saying earlier about the battle scars. That's why body count is different between men and women in my book. Mm-hmm. Even though most men think like that. Now, when it comes to short term fun, I don't think it really matters as much. But if you're looking for like a long term relationship or marriage, I think it matters in that sense. If you think about it, because so there were studies showed like when a woman has a body count higher than 5, the divorce rate goes up.
How is it different, like with men's body count and females' body count? Women, whatever.
Parker, do you want to answer this question first?
Okay. So recently we've been going out and doing interviews on does body count matter?
I think I saw one of those.
Yeah, they're probably gonna go viral in a couple of days. Mm-hmm. We're so fucked, bro. But so basically, it just goes back to what Justin's saying about how men and women are different, and it even goes to the body count and having casual sex and doing all that stuff. Yeah, because as a man, we can go, we can fuck a girl, and it simply just be a physical activity. We can leave, put $200 on a dresser,
exactly,
easy like that. But as for y'all women, y'all will have to have some emotional attachment to that man.
Yeah, women are more emotionally attached than men when it comes to sex, especially when it's good sex. Okay, and it's like, you guys are the gatekeepers of sex. That's why it matters so much to men, because we want a woman.
Exactly, yeah, gatekeepers.
Exactly, because we want a woman that not a lot of men have been with. Like we like men, like we're hardwired to be territorial. I guess you could say.
That's the perfect word. When a man's with you, he wants to know that you are his. He also wants to know that you're not.
I think you're still his, no matter what kind of past you have. I'm not saying you need to have 50 bodies, but I also don't think...
I mean, that's just...
Well, the biggest investment that a man will ever make is choosing his wife, and we value our last name really well, so we don't just want to give our last name to anyone that anyone's had, basically.
I understand that, but I also think, from what I've seen, men will literally get congratulated on sex, like, oh, good shit, yeah, you fucked that hot bitch last night.
That low key is true.
Okay, that's very true, but why do you think that is?
I don't know, but girls, you're like a hoe, you're a slut, you're a whore.
Well, like I said earlier, it's because you guys are the gatekeepers for sex. While as a man, for a man to get a lot of sex, he has to be that guy. Like he can't just be some average Joe walking on the street. He has
both of y'all are not ugly. Y'all are very beautiful women.
Exactly.
Y'all can easily walk into cahoots tonight
and get laid.
Find a man
just
and
like
get
that.
laid just like that, and y'all know it. But for me and Justin, it takes work. We have to know how to talk to the girl. We have to dress well to a certain degree. We have to
smell good. We have to
smell good. You got to catch her at the right moment. You have to do all this stuff. And then she has to go to her friends and then ask, hey, is this going to make me a slut? Is this going to do all that? So you need a cosign from your friends most of the time to go home with this guy.
Exactly. Instead of thinking independently, you guys will think in groups. All right, because most women nowadays, they're group thinkers. They're not independent thinkers like
She's
that.
smiling because it's true.
You're looking at
I mean, it's okay, but it's like... Okay,
I don't make the rules. All right, I'll just work here. Okay.
It's like bike. Okay, having a high body count as a woman, we're not going to judge you as a human being. I mean, you can be like one of the best humans ever and still be, fucking around. But it's like
we'll treat y'all as a human being. We'll treat y'all with respect and all that stuff, regardless. But
we want to wife you, basically.
But yeah, we just want wife you. You're pretty much in the fuck zone, whether as in a relationship / marriage.
Exactly,
because simply sex is easy for y'all to get.
So you're talking about gatekeeping ourselves, but why don't men gatekeep themselves? Because I feel like in this generation we are at now, there are less relationships, there's more hookups. It's like a hookup culture. I am looking for a genuine relationship with somebody, and I feel like every time I start talking to a new guy, they just want to fuck, and it's not, and that's what they want, but I feel like there's no genuine relationships anymore. There's so much cheating. Like, the divorce rate's insanely high.
Well, that's because, well, the divorce rates, 50% of marriages end in divorce, but 80% are initiated by women. And for as you said, not many guys want to get a relationship. I'm pretty sure you said earlier that women mature faster than men. So maybe we're not mature enough to be in that relationship phase.
I'm not.
and plus, men, we can get a relationship anytime we want. Just as you as a beautiful woman, you can get sex anytime you want. So it's basically a game. We're just like the man and woman, like some women will hold out sex just for a relationship because they want to get what they want first, just as the man. But also, it's all right. Hold on. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. It's like, all right. Yeah. As we said earlier, a guy has to be a certain type of man to receive a lot of sex for women. Because not many men are having sex out here compared to women. All right, 1 in 3 men between the ages of 18 and 30 haven't had sex in a year or is a virgin. All right, so compared to women, we don't really look. Most men, they don't have options like that compared to women. All right, so that's why. So that's why. All right, I asked multiple people, who you guys think cheat more? All right, most of the women said, well, obviously men cheat more. Wrong answer, because most men are invisible to most women.
Women automatically cheat more because sex is easy to get.
Exactly, and you guys are having sex a whole lot more than men are.
And if you're not, you could.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, look. I think, it's like, well, back to what I said a couple of seconds ago. I think most men are invisible to most women. All right, it's like if you're an average man doing average shit, you don't really have any social media impact. It's like you don't really exist in the online world. You're not really invited to anything. You don't really matter. You don't really have any access in the sexual marketplace. It's like, honestly, it's very hard for that man to get any like recognition that he's even alive. And a lot of men feel lost and lonely because of that. All right. There are men out there who are severely lonely, and you can tell because there are more men killing themselves than women. All right. Most women, honestly, in my opinion, they will never be lonely. All right. You may not be happy with the possible suitors, but at least you guys can still fuck around and flirt if y'all want to. While as men, they won't really have that same. They won't really have those same options as y'all. Y'all get my kids?
Yeah.
You get what I'm
I get
saying?
where you're coming from.
Yeah, and it's like I'm happy that I can separate myself from that, so I don't really have those same problems. But all right, it's because I learned how to talk to women. I learned how to dress a little bit better. I tried a different cologne. I get a haircut from time to time.
Basically, he's improving himself.
Exactly.
What you guys say, Annabelle? What you guys say?
I'm.
Yeah.
It's like it's like you could be a 3 fat with no ass, and guess what? You can still go to the club and get a ticket from men. 90% of the men go to the club and nobody even fucking talk to them. All right, if they try to talk to a woman, they'll get ignored or get told to just like fuck off.
I mean, if an ugly guy,
Okay, first off,
what you guys say?
attraction does matter. If you're going up to a person, obviously it's based on their attractiveness. You don't know someone's personality right then and there because you haven't even talked to them.
Yeah, looks might get you in the door, but
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Looks
saying.
like
Like, I recently just stopped talking to this super hot guy. He had everything I found attractive, but he was wait, am I allowed to swear?
yeah,
He's an asshole.
He was a fucking dick. Like, he was like a womanizer. I was like, no, fuck you, bye. Like,
What does that mean? Like by womanizer?
like
He
he
give you
played
like a-
women left and right, and I could tell.
So he's like a player.
Yes.
Good for him.
so he has like a certain skill basically
So what's the
to
difference?
attract a lot of women.
If he's doing that and if you were doing that. Not that you were, but
It doesn't take any.
not trying to say that.
It doesn't take any skill for her to do that. No one respects anything that's easy. That's why.
I know, but my point was she quit talking to him because he was, but he wouldn't have done the same. Like,
How old was this
she
guy?
was running, like she could have been running the same game.
24.
Pretty young. Okay. So it sounded like he was just spinning some plates.
Hey man, like you said, man, women mature quicker than men. But it's
He
like,
wasn't committed to you though.
yeah. But it's like, wait, hold on. Did he give you a title?
We all like a thing,
Did he give you that title?
publicly speaking,
At the
or we
point
all low
I'm,
key.
no, okay, hold on. At the point I'm at right now is I want something genuine. So when I start talking to someone, I tell them what I want, like initially, because I'm not gonna fucking waste my time anymore. And I initially said this is what I'm looking for. If this is not what you're looking for, then bye, because I'm not gonna just waste my time fucking around with somebody if they just wanted me as a fuck buddy,
Yeah.
And he literally agreed. He was like, no, I'm literally looking for a wife. You have everything I want in a woman, blah, blah, blah. And then...
Physically. That's what you meant. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
You have
probably.
everything that I want.
I
in a
can
woman,
see that now.
physically speaking.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But, and then, he was super inconsistent. And then I told him, I was like, okay, bye. I'm done. And then he was like, no, wait. And then he fucked up again. And I was like, okay, bye for real this time.
So okay. So with that being said, I always say this, but most guys will usually tell you about not moving in with your girl. Things like that. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I don't think that's very smart nowadays.
But okay, so here's the thing. I actually think that you won't really get to know someone unless you're living with that person.
Yeah,
because then
100%.
that's so. I actually think it's a good idea for someone to I won't say move in, but kind of just spend the night with each other for maybe a couple of days or so. That way you get a good feeling of how they take care of themselves. Do they keep their house tidy and things like that?
How they act,
how they carry themselves. That way you get a good feeling of how the relationship's going to go. Because that's all a relationship is. It's just two grown.
It's just a job application for marriage.
It's basically doing the little things every single day to make sure that the relationship works. Mm-hmm. And if he's not doing those little things, then you'll have to carry extra weight. And who wants to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
No woman wants to carry extra weight. They want a man who is a leader. All right, and it's like if they feel like they have to lead the relationship, they're gonna be like, what am I with this man for? I don't feel like I'm protected. I don't feel like I'm provided for.
Right.
And then
But sadly, in this
okay.
in this day and age, I'm not just gonna pin everything on women. I think that most men nowadays they're not qualified to lead a relationship because they're not doing things that are very necessary to have that same relationship. They're not changing for themselves for the better. So it's like if you're gonna stay in that same place and you expect different results, like that's just insanity at that point. That's just kind of stupid.
Okay, so
stupid. Yeah.
Don't worry, we have more sound effects.
Forgot I had that.
Let's see. So, do you have anything else before I go on to my last question?
But yeah, it was like back to you was asking me how it was different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I challenge y'all to do something for me real quick. Can you name one woman who has gained value in human time? Can you name one woman who's gained value while being promiscuous?
Kim Kardashian.
Marilyn Monroe.
And what happened? No, and what happened to her?
She gained fame.
She died of barbiturates. Marilyn Monroe, she was a hoe, but yeah,
Love her.
she was a hoe. She was a hoe.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. All
A
right.
legendary one, but hey,
She was a hoe.
she was definitely a hoe. One of the first ever ones.
She was a freaking hoe. All right, and it's hold on. What was I going to say? And
What? It's a rom.
well, that too. But do you?
You know why I think she gained value? This is mostly for women. Yeah, she was known for
Well, because of the men that she married.
not even that. I think it's a different kind of value because, like, back in the day, girls were stick thin and people viewed that as, like, the beauty standard. And I think Marilyn Monroe, like, was like, okay, you know, I'm not saying, like, curves, like, big, but, like, she had a nice figure, but a lot of people thought, oh, you know, you need to be model skinny. So I think that brought a value to women that, you know, you don't need to be 100 pounds and 5'11" and be a Victoria's Secret model because that's not super realistic.
Yeah, me personally, I can't have no stick, but I got a question for you. Both
Whoa.
No, before you ask your question, I got a question.
Yeah.
What do you think makes women, okay, so what do you think men found valuable in women?
Give me 3 things.
3 things?
Your story.
Just give me 3. Yeah.
Both.
You go first, Bree.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You really ain't been talking.
Yeah.
You've been talking enough.
At
I've been
all.
talking too much, and you've just been...
Yeah, Bree, what you got?
That's a tough one.
I mean, not really.
I mean, it is.
We're pretty
It
simple.
depends on
huh?
how you look at it.
We're pretty simple
most
guys.
men we
you
find,
know?
yeah, most men find everything. Most men find the same things valuable.
Annabelle, you go first.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Okay.
Are we just passing around?
You want me to tell y'all?
You want me to tell y'all? Or you
Okay.
You know what? You guys go first, and then I'm going to put
I'll
my
tell
little
you.
spiel
Okay.
in.
Okay.
All right. We find femininity, youth, fertility, and one of the most important things, not being a hoe. So I don't think Marilyn Monroe, she is as valuable to men as people say she was because she was very promiscuous. And one of the things that men don't find valuable in a woman is if she's a hoe. All right, but do you know what we think about that woman?
She belongs to the streets.
Okay, and if we know that she, all right, guess what? We know that if she's for the streets or the team, we're automatically going to put her in the sex only zone, unless that man absolutely ain't shit and he ain't gonna find nothing better. Then he's gonna put a ring on that girl. Okay, she was once married to a baseball player by the name of Joe DiMaggio. He was a player for the New York Yankees. All right, he's one of the greatest baseball players of all time. And guess what? She still left. All right, she still got divorced by him. So what does that tell you? You're not going to find that many men better than him at that time because he was probably a top 3 baseball player at the time.
And not only that, but dang, a hoe in general is it's humiliating to a man.
Exactly. A woman is a representation of her man at all times. All right. If my girl's out here doing stupid shit, she's out here hoeing around, and you guys knew about it, and I wasn't doing anything about it, what would you guys think of me? You guys would think that I was a
loser.
You guys would think that I was a bitch. Okay, and as you should, because I ain't doing nothing about it. I ain't got my girl in line. I'm not leading the relationship right. So it's like.
So what about if a man's hoeing around and then he gets a girl? Don't you think that the girl would think the same thing about him?
Wait, what?
Repeat that again.
Okay. Say if a man had, I don't want to put a number of bodies out there, but say if he was a hoe. No, I'm not gonna.
She's feeling nice today. It's fine.
Yeah, but that's different than a girl having so many bodies. So I don't know if
yes.
I don't think you're implying. Well, okay, yes, you said you are implying it.
Yeah.
So it's different for a man to have 30 plus bodies, but if his girl does, then oh shit, I'm not gonna be in a relationship with her.
Well, it depends on some
it's kind of sexist a little bit.
It depends on some men's limit. Some men have different limits.
I always say this all the time, that in the modern day that we live in, the count that men need to draw the line at is 9, because cats have 9 lives. And
I know plenty of men that have bodies way higher than that.
Well, I said, men and women are different. So
yeah. Question: what do those men have to do for those bodies?
Nothing. Wait, not nothing. Hold on. Well, actually, yes, nothing.
They have to put some work into it.
They have to put some work to have.
Honestly, I think both men and women can be extremely easy. I don't think it's just women.
Most men can't even get a date nowadays, let alone get laid. So
I mean, if you did give them the opportunity, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, duh, I'm in there." But as a man of value, he's gonna probably take it into give it a second thought, because if he's really getting sex like that, or if he's like a man of value and he's well known and has everything accomplished, things like that.
If he's a leader of men.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be wanting to get something from the best woman possible. I mean, Justin, you have a pretty standard of like who you would fuck, right?
Yeah. Me personally, I take pride in having this thing I like to call dick discipline. Okay, all right. I'm not just fucking any girl that walks. Okay, all right. That's why my body count is as low as it is, because I don't just fuck any girl that I see. Like me as a man, like I have to have standards. But I feel like nowadays, a man having standards, that's kind of scrutinized, because you could say that you would want a man who's tall, older, more stabilized, 3 6s, 6 figures, 6 pack, 6 inches. All right, and you look.
But if I
nobody
said
was
that,
but if I said that I prefer white women over black women, I would be considered a colorist.
I think that both genders should have standards. I don't frown upon that. Obviously, 100%. I have standards. You should too.
100%. But men shouldn't be demonized for having standards as much as they are.
I mean, that's not all women though. Some women, but not the good ones.
Most women they demonize men for having those standards because they usually don't qualify. All right, they're considered shallow. Well, women, they're the most shallow people of them all. Most women, they be having, all right, they have more check boxes that a man needs to check off compared to a man who doesn't really have that many check boxes for a woman to check off. Because I ain't gonna lie, most men, they would just fuck anything, okay? So that should even tell you that we don't even have those many boxes that you need to check as a lady, while as you for it, okay, because I'm automatically assuming that you have some self-respect.
I do.
Okay, well that's good. Okay, but I'm assuming that a man would need to check a lot of those boxes for you to even give him your time.
I really don't. I don't have a lot of boxes. Like, I'm a pretty simple person. I mean, as long as you are a good person and I'm somewhat attracted to you, you have a good personality, like that's, because here's the thing, I've dated hot guys, I've dated ugly guys. An ugly guy cheated on me, and now she's pregnant, the girl that he cheated on me with. So like,
that's crazy.
I didn't need to add that, but I just felt like it. So
that's crazy.
She's feeling sassy today.
Yes.
But I don't know. Like, I've dated like, you know, people that I wasn't attracted to, people that I was, and either way, like, didn't end up in a good way.
Still got fucked over.
Yeah, I did.
I mean,
So with that being said, do you think that all men cheat?
I don't think all men
No,
cheat.
I don't think all men cheat, but in my current situation, I did get cheated on in all my relationships. So,
Okay, yeah, all right.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, hey, man, it be like that sometimes, man. You
Yeah,
win some, you lose some.
I have a sad life, so.
Hey, man,
yeah.
Wait a
I mean,
minute,
hey, man,
wait
you
a
win
minute.
some, you lose some.
You have a sad life?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
That is wild,
Oh, poor girl.
man. Yeah, I'd hate to be you, but
All right.
hey,
So, is there anything else y'all want to get off your chest
What's the
before I
question?
go off to the last question?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm not going to say anything.
All right, cool.
Yep.
All right. So with this last question, I've always wanted to give the last say to the women, just to give your.
that was your last question?
No, man, shut up, man. Let me get to it.
Shit.
So, like I said, so I guess the last question, so to speak, is does body count matter? Because we've talked about it. We talked about how men and women are different, but ultimately, does it matter?
I really don't want to answer because that other girl got dragged.
Long term,
like for seeking like marriage or
marriage
like,
doesn't
really
matter
to you.
Do you think that body count matters, or you think that we should all just look over it and forget about it? What you got, Bree? Huh?
She's
Yeah,
about
bro.
to say yes.
It's okay.
Don't worry, don't worry. You have
Body
free
count
speech
does
over here.
matter. But, I mean,
Can you explain why?
it shouldn't matter, but it does. For the
I agree, it
exact same
should, but does
reason
it?
You said. I mean, I don't want to walk into the same way. If I was your girlfriend, Justin,
Yeah.
you would not want to walk in with me to Cahoots in an hour, and I fucked every
Sounds
single
great.
person at that bar.
Yeah, I would feel like
And
I would
then
honestly
you're
feel
going to
like
be like, what the, this is weird. But I wouldn't want that either. Like,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
well,
want to walk in and you fucked every single bitch there.
yeah, but you would question. Would you want your man, if you were pursuing, would you want him to have some experience?
When it
Hey,
comes to
man,
the bedroom,
would you want a man to have some experience?
I mean, yeah,
Okay,
but
and that's another way how men and women are different. Women want a man who's experienced, while a man wants a woman who isn't as experienced.
Yeah, they want a fucking Virgin Mary. But
Now-
sorry, that's not realistic nowadays.
Nowadays, it's not realistic.
No.
I know
Hey,
I hate that so much because that's
Hey.
what I want. But I like
nowadays, it's not realistic. But hey, man, it can be close.
I don't accept anything over 3 and 2.
Me, mine's
is that unrealistic?
Mine's realistic. I'll go with lucky number 7. Mine's just.
I always tell it for the.
I try to be as realistic as possible.
I mean, I always say for the average man, it should be under 9, nothing past 10. Once she's in double digits, I think you're done for. But for me, I can't do it past 3. Long term, short term, if I'm just trying to fuck, I really don't care. But long term,
You just better have nothing.
yeah, just don't have nothing. I mean, you're
Yeah.
wearing a condom either way.
Yeah, all right. Because safe sex is great sex.
Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying.
All right. As Lil Wayne once said, safe sex is great text. Don't forget to wear your latex because you don't want that late text. I think I'm late text.
Yeah, bars.
That was a bar. You pressed the wrong button.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
And what did you say? Wait a minute. Whenever I said safe sex is great sex, did you say nah? What?
Man, hold on.
That is. Wait a minute. That is absolutely crazy.
you got to live a little dangerously sometimes, you know?
Oh shit!
No. Actually, let me shove.
You are freaky.
I mean, if you know for a fact that guy isn't gonna.
I mean, yeah, don't just do it with like a random person, but
Yeah.
I mean, like I would.
If you're in a relationship with somebody,
Well, yeah.
fuck your condom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I started off safe. You know what I'm saying? And then shit got
Yeah, exactly.
And
I
then,
started
and
off
then
safe.
shit, and then shit got wild. You know what I mean?
I
I'm
started
like,
off safe, but then I couldn't feel anything.
I was like,
so
fuck
it's
it. Nah, I mean, like I felt
So
it.
it's
I
not
was
always
just like,
great.
I was like,
Safe
fuck
sex
it.
ain't always great.
Nah, I just like the tension that I be building up.
She got me there. I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with that.
Okay.
She got me there.
Yeah, you been through some shit, huh?
I can't even argue with that. She got me there. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, at the same time, I think safe sex is great sex because I mean, when you start safe, you build that tension and shit like that, and then when you just like fuck it, I can't do it, and then you just go in raw
and uncut. He said raw. You know, Parker, I got a question for you, man.
What you got, man?
All right, man. Okay. So I remember this one time when I was younger. I was basically labeled as a colorist. Basically, I was accused. All right, basically,
niggas.
All right. Basically, I was accused of liking a certain race more than my own. Why do you think that's such a problem, even though it's just a preference?
All right. So first things foremost, before I answer that question, what's your preferred race to date?
White or Hispanic.
Okay.
I've never been with a white man. I've only been with black men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
She ain't never going back.
Okay. Me personally. Okay. See how neither of your preferences was demonized just now. All right, but it's like. Okay, I remember this one time.
So basically,
people found out that I liked white women more than any kind of women.
This black girl asked Justin out, and he said, "No, I don't really." He just said no. And then, the next day at school, rumors were going around that he was gay.
Damn.
Because
I liked white women.
Because he liked white women, like that was his preference. Now, me personally, I am more the Asian and Latina route, but lately I've been getting a lot of white women.
I mean, it's like you can't help what you're attracted to. It's like
I mean, when you're line dancing, I mean, that's all you got all around you. But I tend to.
So like it was a bad. I'm just worried.
It's not a bad thing.
Let me stop.
Some of these white chicks, some of these white chicks can really throw it back, and it makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
because I'm like, how in the world did you learn that?
It's like we're not the only ones who think like that because according to the dating sites, white women they're the most desired. They're the most desired race of women. All right, and just like how white men, they're the most desired race of men. All right, but it's like black women, they're the least desired, and black men, we're the second most desired race of men.
What's your ethnicity?
I'm a Latina.
Latina? All right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
all right.
But it's like and it's like, all right, I have reasons why I like white women more than black women. All right,
what are the reasons, man?
Oh shit!
Clip this. I'm gonna clip this.
All right, but we was talking about one earlier. All right, this is the sad reality. White women they tend to they keep their bodies right more than black women. All right. Because think about it. All right, think about when we go to Planet Fitness, man. All right, for every one black girl, how many white women do we see? Maybe like 4 or 5,
like 10. Honestly,
I mean, it's like, and look, we know this because we're the number one group of people who are the most obese.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's
like I said, I've never seen a fat person, regardless of race. I've never seen a fat obese person make it past 8 years.
It's like it's like this.
That's a little reversed right now.
No. It's like this. Okay, women want one man to satisfy her every need, while men want a lot of women to satisfy their one need.
Listen, I take care of myself. I don't have other people helping me. I'm pretty independent when it comes to things.
Oh shit, not that word.
Independent.
Not that word. Not that word.
Huh?
Not that word.
I hate it when they say that word.
Independent.
But do you lead with your independentness or do you lead with your femininity?
It's a mixture of both.
Oh shit.
Like, listen, we're not filming, right?
We are filming. Keep going.
Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. It's like most men, they would prefer to take a woman with money seriously long term, because it's like okay. Well, let me just do this. Okay. All right. How would you guys? Okay, Bree. So say that you was my girlfriend, right?
Yep.
All right. How would you feel if I walked you inside of here and I showed you my closet and it was full of drawers? How would you feel?
I'd feel some type of way.
You'd be like, yeah, okay. All right. That's how we feel. That's how we feel about women with money, because it doesn't really benefit you if I show you my shoe collection. Just like as if you were the breadwinner, it wouldn't really benefit me, because most of the time a man's money is y'all's money, while the woman's money is her money.
Yeah.
So it's like it really would not benefit me from your independence. Hell, most guys will take a girl from the hood. We don't care.
Well, I want to grow together.
Not me.
Like with whatever.
I'm not dating a bunch of
I can't date no hood rat, but that's not the point.
I can't date a bunch of Shaniquas, if you get what I'm saying.
Ah shit.
Cut.
Ah shit.
I just
yeah,
can't do it.
Yeah,
Nah. Actually, nah. Fuck that shit. All right, I can't do it. All right, because I've tried it. Okay, I've tried it, and the way that they carry themselves, the way that they want these gangster Pookie and Ray Rays.
Yeah, Pookies and Ray Rays. They will fuck your wife up.
I mean, you know how it is, right? You've hanged around these people before.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're talking about.
All right,
I'm not doing that.
They be fucking people's lives.
They be
up,
fucking
man.
people's lives. They be setting niggas up.
All right, they be the most emotional men. All right,
yeah.
But hey, most ladies they don't realize this until later, until they realize that they're worth more, and then they learn that self love the hard way whenever they have to go through shit. Instead of ladies who had a natural, who had that masculine figure, aka like a father or big brothers or that one grandpa in their life to show them that they're worth more by showing them that unconditional love from the start. Compared to I don't think that unconditional love exists in relationships. I think everything's conditional because it's like I won't date a woman who's obese. Just like as y'all wouldn't take a man seriously if he was broke, stayed on his couch and just played Call of Duty all day, didn't have his shit together.
Unless he was getting paid for it.
You wouldn't take that man seriously unless he was getting paid for that shit. But
I have a thing for fixing men. I like to pick, and this is not like I don't like to. Sorry,
that's the problem.
I tend to find very broken men, and obviously none of those relationships have worked out. Like my ex. I'm not gonna say his name.
I can change him.
I know I did. I tried to change him, and that didn't work out for me. So I do think some women will, because I have a very motherly, or maternal instinct. Like, I mean, I work with kids, so like obviously,
yeah.
But I try to I'm gonna be their mom since
you try to like build them up.
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's the problem. All right. All right. Women do not build men; they move in. Okay. And look, if you have to build a man, that's where you already fucked up from the start.
I knew I was fucked up, okay? I'm not doing it again.
All right.
She says that now.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
They always say that.
I will hold you to that. But look, if you have to build a man, then you already fucked up. Just like as if a man takes a girl with a lot of trauma, then guess what? We already fucked up because it's not like we can fix that trauma. It's just gonna be passed down on us and it's gonna affect us. So it's like no man wants to pay full price for it, another man have for free.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't pay for a car that like full price and it has 200,000 miles on it, right?
Right.
You're not
like you wouldn't buy a Gucci bag that was $1,000 if someone paid $200 for that same exact bag. All right, and if you did, guess what? And guess what? And guess what?
You'd be like, the fuck?
Guess what the three of us will look at you like if you did that shit? We will think that you were stupid. All right? And as we should, because you were doing some stupid shit. Just like as if we
dated a hoe
with a lot of trauma.
And high body count, everybody in the club
and difficulty to be emotionally attached to one man.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I'm not doing that. Only men who ain't shit will do that shit because they ain't got nothing else to go for.
So with that being said,
dumbass people.
Yeah,
I had to say that.
So
that was necessary.
So with that being said, I already asked this question again, but this time not on long-term marriage level, but just in y'all's opinions on a personal level, does body count matter? Only personally to y'all, does it matter?
Don't worry, we ain't gonna judge. We're nice over here.
Does it matter to you? Yes or no?
We're respectful over here.
Like, am I saying, does a man's body count matter to me?
Just personally, on both sides.
I know we've talked about all this stuff.
Yeah, but now we're personally.
I have a mutual understanding, but my answer is still no.
Okay.
Okay.
But I do understand where both of you are coming from, but
right,
it's still no.
All right, cool.
Look,
Hold on.
look, I think this.
I'm going with.
I think this for her. I don't think it's the man's past that matters as much as the man's future for you. All right, women want a man with a future. Men, we want a woman who doesn't really have a past.
I get that.
So
but
that's another reason how we're different.
I'm not going to focus on a man's past because I'm wanting to build like a future with them.
Exactly.
That's what matters to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we meant.
Okay.
And what about you personally? Does it
Short
matter?
term?
Just like in general, like personally to you, does it really matter to you?
You start with short term first.
If you're just trying to fuck.
No, it doesn't matter.
All right, cool.
Makes
But
sense.
it doesn't, like, that's not a question I've ever just came out and asked. Like, I don't care.
So,
Yeah.
so you really don't care about it.
I don't care, but at the same time, it goes back to, like, if you're known to be a whore, and we're going with that one. Like, and that's not even, like, just sexual, but, like, if you're known to be out here talking to, like, multiple different females, like, that's what matters to me. Like, I don't want me and Justin to go walk in later and every single person be like, yeah, I had Justin before you had Justin, and now you have, like, sorry, Justin, love you.
I don't know. I think, but at the same time, I think it's kind of a flex for a man.
On the man's side.
Yeah.
But for a woman, like, everybody doesn't want to know that you have been fucked by all these guys. Justin's gonna find that horrible.
I might
and
cry.
He might cry.
I ain't gonna lie. I might cry in public, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
He gonna cry in public.
I will dead ass cry in public, and you might have to like call me or something. Like someone's gonna have to hug me. Damn it!
So
Don't worry, Justin,
let
you
me
ain't
get
got
this
nothing to
straight.
worry about.
So let me get this straight. You want everybody, you want women to want Justin, but you don't want him to have fucked them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
the same thing.
Perfect. I mean,
Kind of the
you
same
know.
thing for what I want.
So since basically y'all don't really care about body count, is that safe to say?
Yeah.
So with that being said, what is your body count?
And that's for another podcast episode, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll be honest. Give me a
Nope,
second.
nope.
Wait a minute.
Nope,
You
nope,
have
nope.
a list?
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
doesn't have a list?
yeah.
Me?
Yeah, women write down their list.
Every woman has a list.
Every woman has a list. I know so many women who have a list. Now, they never showed me that list, but you know they have a list.
Well, guys, as she pulls this up, that has been episode 5 of the Burchalations podcast. Yeah, we're going to cut this right here, man. Because
Yeah.
1, I'm late, and 2,
I have
We're,
to pee.
we're not.
she has
putting
to
that.
pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 3, I don't know.
All right. Well, guys, we'll see you later. And the truth hurts, man. The truth hurts.
Truth hurts, but it needs to be-
Burchalations podcast.
But it needs to be said.
But it needs to be said. Ladies, thank y'all for coming by. We hope to have y'all again sometime.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Of course.
I want to see those guys. I want to see the list of those guys in a second.
Okay.
All right.
I just want to see how long it is. I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think I